Take my mic. Take my mic. Take my mic. Take. Tony Turn. Take my mic. DJ Rico. Wait a minute. KO Productions. We put it down, baby. Sing it to 'em right here, Tony.
I got a feeling I can't ignore. Girl, I've never been known so sure. Needing you more and more.
Yeah.
Gonna show you what I have in store. Tricks and games that I wanna play. Just tell me that you're on your way.
Tony D.
Cause I can't wait another day.
Oh my
And I know you wanna play. Girl, I know the spots that'll make you hot. Maybe ready or not, you know. Girl, I know the place. It's within the place. Tell me that you're on your way. Yeah, that you're on your way. Yeah, baby, don't be
Come on. Take my mic. Take my mic. Take my mic. Take. Tony Turn. Take my mic. DJ Rico. Wait a minute. KO Productions. We put it down, baby. Sing it to 'em right here, Tony.
I got a feeling I can't ignore. Girl, I've never been known so sure. Needing you more and more.
Yeah.
Gonna show you what I have in store. Tricks and games that I wanna play. Just tell me that you're on your way.
Tony D.
Cause I can't wait another day.
Oh my
And I know you wanna play. Girl, I know the spots that'll make you hot. Maybe ready or not, you know. Girl, I know the place. It's within the place. Tell me that you're on your way. Yeah, that you're on your way. Yeah, baby, don't be cheap.
Hey, they got me up in here partying. What's going on, y'all? This DC Kool-Aid and Mel and J Don, but I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Me and Mel normally do this podcast once a month, and we always try to pull somebody from out the bleachers to get on this thing. It's hard to pull them though. Go ahead, Mel.
Right. I'm Mel. My channel on YouTube is It's Mel Baby. How y'all doing out there? Go
And we
ahead.
got a,
I'm
we
done.
got a, we got our special guest. Our special guest, somebody I done met before. We done dapped it up. We hanged out. Go ahead, J Don. What's up?
Yeah, I'm Jay Dunn. My channel is Jay Dunn. Then I have one called Dun Dada. Um, and then I got one called The Last Dun, but primarily Jay Dunn and Dun Dada. And Mel, I hear your accent. You from New Orleans or you from Louisiana? Cause I heard it.
Yeah.
I
I'm from New
okay.
Orleans.
I moved to Atlanta from New Orleans, so that's how come I could tell.
Damn, Mel, you
All
from
I'm
the,
right.
the
I'm
sky.
originally from South Mississippi, so yeah, I could tell
Oh,
it.
oh, okay. Thank you.
I,
Yeah, I'm
I,
from there.
Mel, you gotta change. Let's see if you can switch it up. Change your voice. Go ahead.
What you mean? Ain't nothing is always gonna be there. It don't matter. It's gonna be there.
It ain't going nowhere.
Not
Hey,
That's what's
nowhere.
up. That's really what's up, especially with this panel and everything with the discussions. The fact that she is from New Orleans, then she already know about growing up gay in the South. She already know. So
Yes.
that's a very interesting perspective that we probably could dabble in here as well. But either way, yeah. Well, thank y'all for having me. I'll let DC go ahead and take over.
what's up, everybody in the chat? If I don't say hi to y'all, I'm saying hi to everybody right now. But I'm just going to say the people name I see right now. What's up? Respectfully, M. We got Ellis. We got Just Janelle. Who else we got? Tidal Wave. I listen to Tidal Wave on somebody's channel. I, I don't know. I don't know who channel that
I
was,
think it
but
was my channel because she come over there for my States game sometimes.
nah, she was on somebody else's channel. They were talking about what were they talking? This was a minute ago, about a week or so ago. It's gonna come to me. Y'all was talking about oh, I know what it was. Whoever it was, I can't remember who it was because I listened to so many people, but they were saying how her voice don't match her. That's what it was. What's up, Hypnotic Touch? Make sure y'all hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Make sure you share this video, share this live stream like right now. Share the live stream on your community walls. Bring some people over to our channel. We trying to build our channel up. I don't know if y'all know, but we've been doing YouTube. I don't know. I don't know how I met Mel, but I've been knowing Mel and them for a long time. But
YouTube.
we started YouTube like 2017, and
Us
hold
too.
on, and somehow we got hemmed up in the B sector where we was doxxed and everything in 2019. It was
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, you was. You was.
It was real bad. So so I've been listening to B sector since 2019. Trust me, it's been a long time. But I see people come and go. But I met Jada. How long ago, Jada? About 4 years, three, about three, four.
What, in person?
Yeah, when I met you, like, wait a minute, Penelope
Yeah,
is
when we
two,
met in
three.
person, I think that had to been 2022. Yeah, it was 2022.
Yeah, I actually
So
chilled out.
about 3 years.
Yeah, we had a good time, and I always, every time I'm on the live stream and I'm with, with Jada or whatever, I always let it know because a lot of people don't know that I actually met you. We actually hanged out and we went to the club and we had a good time, but and went to the bowling alley. You remember? But
We had a grand old time, and that was the thing too because then DC had went live from the hotel room, which I think is so funny that you live from the hotel room now
yeah,
because she went live from the hotel room where her and Brittany was staying, and I was on cam with them, and we talked to her audience for a bit. It was
it was.
fun though.
And what's funny is what Brittany ain't had no baby. Now we got a 2-year-old in here. We actually in New Hampshire right now because Charles, if y'all don't know, my son-in-law is graduating. He got his what you get, Charles? His bachelor's degree. So he graduates tomorrow. So we drove up this morning out here in New Hampshire and we leaving Monday. So anybody in New Hampshire want to hook up, holla. But other than that, we out here in the hotel again, Jada. That's what
Right.
we do.
And I will vouch for that because when we went out to the club that night, it was me, DC, and Brittany. And then I would guess probably maybe 6 months after that, that's when DC told me Brittany was pregnant. I was like, what? I said, I didn't even know she was pregnant.
And now she two
It's
years
crazy.
old. Look, the baby 2 years old
Uh-huh.
now. Ain't that crazy?
Mhm.
I say she gonna be a teenager, but no, I gotta. When it's your turn, you gotta come up to DC. Your turn to come up this way.
Well, that's what I've been planning to come up there. Definitely, I've been trying to make arrangements about coming out there, which I told you I was gonna keep you posted
Yeah,
once I
yeah,
do.
yeah. You gotta
But
come up
I
to.
just gotta make sure that everything is in order.
You gotta come up to the Chocolate City, and Mel, y'all gotta come up to the city too.
I'm planning on it. My sister trying to get me out there in July.
All right, let me know. We show you
I'm gonna
some
let
good
you know.
hospitality. That's what we
All
do
right.
out here. Then we kick you out, and I'm just playing. So the title of this topic today is toys in our backpacks and using a sax machine. I say sax machine because y'all know what we talking about. YouTube make it difficult to
Right.
word things. So if you can't read between the line, you need to stage right. What's up, TC? Welcome to the live stream.
Right.
Appreciate you coming through. So we're gonna start off talking about when you were like young. Um, I don't know how long you. Well, see me, we talk a lot, so we do this show a lot. So for people that haven't been there, so sometimes I find myself repeating to you, Mel, because me and you do these shows all the
Right.
time. But
Right.
so Mel, so for the people, for the new people, how long you been in this lifestyle, and what do you classify yourself?
I came into it in the millennium. Okay. So it's been 25 years, and I really can't class myself because I'm real fluid. But I have that masculine aura about me, do. But I don't really class myself because it's fluid.
Okay, and Jay Dunn, when did you come into the lifestyle, and what do you classify yourself?
So I came out at 14. And it's crazy because when I do the math in my head, me and Mel probably was coming out at the same time and she said 25 years. Because yeah, when I was 14 I came out and now I'm 38. So that's a damn long ass time, to be honest.
Right,
However, um, I don't classify myself as anything. I classify myself as a masculine lesbian. If you just gotta put something up
right,
on me, then I'm just a lesbian. Yeah.
right.
Okay. All right. So I get it. I came out when I was 26, 7, 8, something like that. And
Mm.
and I'll be 59 in 2 weeks. So it's like it's been a long time. But I can remember back in the days, like when you were young and you wasn't sure of yourself, like when it comes to the toys, what you're supposed to do with them, how you use them. I didn't know. So I was in the
I ain't
closet.
never had that problem.
I didn't know, so so I mean, it's like, what did you have in your backpack? I know you had a backpack when you was out there running the
Right,
streets,
right.
because I know I
It,
had
de-
one.
I didn't have no vibrators or nothing in there. All I really had in there was a few toys, but it wasn't those type of toys. It was some dice, some cords, the strap, and maybe some oils and stuff. But that was it.
Okay.
I all that new stuff that they doing, no. I heard somebody talking about, oh, just play with the vibrator. I didn't carry one of them, so I don't. That I'm not gonna say it's new to me, but that wasn't in my bag.
And you, Jada?
So for me, I didn't have anything in my bag initially. But one story that I have told before is when I was in high school, probably about, I would say about 10th or 11th grade. Me and my girlfriend did experiment with vibration sensations with the butt of her daddy's electric razor. You know, the electric razor is you turn it
Yeah.
on and then you can put the butt of the razor. We did that.
Yeah.
But that wasn't up in my bag. That was her daddy. But that was
Okay.
my first
Right,
time.
right.
That was my first time, experimenting with the vibrations and things and, trying to figure it out.
You had
So
to.
yeah, right. I said something. Yeah, we did that. And I still laugh about that to this day, but that's just about being curious teenagers and being lesbians, but not really knowing where to start with it all.
Hmm.
Right. That's funny. I ain't never heard of no
I
butt of
don't
the
think I
race.
would have started there. Mm-mm. I don't think we would have started there. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, you done did the kissing and you done did the dry hunching and you done did the touching and stuff, but then you just kind of experiment with things, which it was my friend's idea because I had never even thought of it, but
Right.
Wow.
she had thought of it. And then somebody else, when I told this story on my channel, a person up in my chat said that she probably had been playing with that thing already by herself, and
If
that's the
she
reason
already
why
knew
she
Right,
about it.
recommended it.
Yep. If she
Right.
already
right.
knew about it.
Mhm.
Yep. But that's kind of funny.
Mhm.
I never heard of that
Her,
one. Go
her
ahead,
daddy
man.
didn't. Her daddy wasn't like, hey, this don't smell like it should, or
No,
he
now
didn't see nothing wrong with his fucking razors. I'm just saying.
well, it
I
was
just wonder.
the butt of it, the handle part. But we did, we
Okay,
washed it off.
okay, look,
We washed it
look,
off.
look. Uh, hey, that's close to his nose. Come on. He ain't noticed that. Like, wow. I'm just saying. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, well, we did. We washed it off. So I never really heard anything about it, and we didn't get caught because we always did it when everybody was asleep. So that
Mm.
was that was my first time venturing with toys, quote unquote. But that was like a homemade one.
Well,
Hold
if
on,
we
man.
gonna go with that,
Man
wow.
said, man said, go.
I'm
"Eh."
just right, right. I'm just saying. Fuck no,
I
I
never
was
heard of
fucking
that one.
with.
That's a new one. Hey.
I
So
don't
hold
know.
up.
Yeah.
All right. So that was her dad. So being though you knew about that sensation of a razor, so did you not go out and buy one to put in your bag?
Not until I had graduated high school. No,
Okay.
because I grew up in South Mississippi. We didn't even have sex toy
Right.
shops.
Right.
Right.
So it wasn't no shop that I could go to buy anything like that. But after I graduated, um, then I started having to travel to Slidell. This is the reason why me and Mel gonna get along here because Mel knows Slidell. Cause where I'm from,
Right.
Slidell is just right over there. And Slidell
Cross
was where we
Lake.
used to
Right.
have to go to the we had to go to the sex
Right.
shop over in Slidell to buy whatever we wanted.
Don't you
Mm.
love Louisiana?
Yeah, yeah.
They
So
shitty, but they
that was when
very
I was first
convenient.
going to the stores.
That's
Wow. Okay.
funny. That's funny.
I
I
used to
never
go
heard.
to the shops in the French quarters,
Hmm.
but we used to go get them skin magazines.
Hmm.
That's what we would. And yeah, you looking like what? Yeah, we used to
What
go
is
get
that?
them. Playboy, Hustler. That's
Oh,
what me and
okay.
my friends used to go for. And then I would see the other stuff, and I'd be like, "What
Hmm.
the fuck are they doing with that shit?" Because some.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lie. You ever seen that one that looked like a hand? The first time I ever saw that one, I
Oh
was like,
yeah. I saw that before.
"Oh, what the fuck they gonna do with that?" You don't strap that on, so you know what? That's just not my business. Y'all do what y'all do with it.
See.
And I was about 18 then, and but my sister, that's why I forgot. I was trying to get her to come to this because hmm, my sister opened a lot of those type of doors for me. Okay, um, because she was
Explain.
already doing. Okay, growing up, even though my sister identified as straight, she had a lot of lesbian or strange friends, and it would
Okay.
always be in her room with the door locked and stuff like that. And I'd be like, hmm. She'll be like, one day we gonna hang out. And on those days we would hang out, she would bring me to the weirdest places and show me the weirdest fucking shit. It's like she was like, bitch, I know it. You don't know it, but I'm trying to help you come out that closet.
Right.
Um, but because the shit she would show me, she was into that shit way before I knew anything about the shit. And I don't know if she had any toys. Thank God she hit them if she did, because I wouldn't want to see that. But later
Right.
on, when she moved back to New Orleans about maybe 15 years ago, she started selling sex toys, and she
Mm.
had all kind. I was like, okay, but that's too little. What the fuck you gonna do with a wooden sex toy? I'm like, don't that shit give you splinters or some shit eventually?
Right.
I'm just an ignorant motherfucker when it came to shit like that. Oh, excuse
Right.
me. And but yeah, they used to be all in our car and shit. And I'd be like, how the fuck you ride around the city with these dicks on your back seat? She was like, oh, I'm not
Wow.
worried about it.
Oh, so she just
I,
drove around like that. See,
man,
me.
one time I was down there and I borrowed her car. They had tennis shoes in there. They had a few dildos back there. And I'm like, wait, hold up. I thought her man used this car. And he happy to drive around with these dicks on the back seat. What's wrong with him? So when I was cleaning the car out, I put all the dildos in his shoes.
Wow.
Well, hell, you ain't mine, so maybe that's yours, not hers. Who knows? My
That's
sister's a
crazy.
weirdo, man. That motherfucker done told me some shit that just fucked my head up, and I be like, bitch, don't you tell nobody else that shit, okay?
I
And she
wouldn't
be
tell
like,
nobody
what?
even. You know, yeah, but that's kind of crazy. Let me get on to my bag real fast before I forget.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
so my bag, right? Like I said, I was in the closet, so I ain't really know. So I picked up a couple, dildos and straps and stuff like that. And I kept them in my bag because you never know where you was going. And I also kept condoms in it because that's what I did. But the thing about it is, as I got older, I laughing at Jay Dunn. I discovered the back massager.
Hmm. I
and
knew
and
about that already, but go
and
ahead.
You know how you do plug. Come on, Jada, you come with me now. You plug it in the bowl, and you got two
Hmm.
speeds.
Wow, you got a
I know what you're
powerful
talking about.
one. If you plug
I
that
know
in the
what you're
wall,
talking
that
about
bitch
now.
got some power with it.
Hello.
Wow. Okay.
So that was entered into the duffel bag, my backpack.
Uh
So
huh.
yeah, that was crazy.
Really, since you said that flashed the memory. That was my first time discovering that type shit. It was with it was a dude, and that was my first time, and I was like, "What the fuck you gonna do with that?" He showed me. I was like, "Oh, okay, bye." it it was interesting, but I was like, "Okay, we done." Like, what's wrong with your shit?
Right.
Well, this one thing that I did want to tell y'all because I think, of course, we do have like a little bit of a generational gap with us. But one
All of us
reason
do.
why, yeah, one reason why
Yeah.
I was more inquisitive with sex toys is because, like, my senior year of high school, the L Word was like the popular thing. Y'all remember that show called The L Word on
Yeah,
Right.
Showtime?
Right.
yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
And they used to have toys and all types of shit over there.
Hmm.
And that's what made me start watching. And I would see these lesbians, getting this strap on or playing with this and doing this and doing that. And it got me curious about it to where I wanted to get those things for myself.
Right.
And I think that's the reason why I became more comfortable with sex toys so early on because, yeah, like 11th grade, 11th to 12th grade, the L Word was like so popular. But you just had to have Showtime to be able to watch.
Right.
But
That was
I
so
was a
long ago. Yeah, I
diehard
remember that.
fan.
I remember that.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
Wanna know
remember.
something? My first time watching that show was a few years ago. I knew it
Well,
was
I
out
got all
there.
the seasons. I got all the seasons. I got all the seasons on DVD, girl.
So
No,
let me,
I don't have it on DVD, but I have Hulu and Paramount, so I'm good.
so let me ask y'all the questions.
Hmm.
Have either of you guys ever got caught with your duffel bag by a family member that didn't know you had that?
Um, no, because my people was like, "That's your business. I don't want to know." So I, whatever you got in there, I'm just not even gonna fucking look in it. That's your business, because they never knew what they would find.
Right.
Yeah, and I
I
Jada,
have
will
got caught by
say,
the police.
huh?
I have
police.
got caught by the police with it. He thought I was transporting the drugs, but when he opened that bag up and he saw what he saw, I could have swore that man turned three different shades and it was nighttime. He hurried up and closed that up. And then he started to go in another part of my bag. He was like, you know what? No. He zipped that shit back. He said, you have you a good night. You just slow down. I was like, okay. He was
That's
like, go ahead
crazy.
on.
That's
Right.
crazy. But you know what's funny though? I went through the airport. You know how you do your carry on?
I would never put that in my carry on. They look for that kind of shit.
And then when they went through the little thing,
I
I
wouldn't
said,
put it
"Oh,
in my carry-on either.
I wasn't thinking. It was like a last minute second thing."
And see, this is the reason why y'all need to watch the L Word because I learned about that because on the L Word, they was going to a lesbian cruise and they had their sex toys up in their bag. And you know how it goes through the yeah, you know how it goes through the little X-ray machine
Yeah,
to see what's all
Yeah,
up in
right.
there.
that's what
And the
happened to me.
dildo and shit was up in there. And so when I saw that when I was younger, I always swore never to travel with anything like that because I didn't want to be mortified in that way.
You know what's
Oh well,
crazy?
I ain't gonna say not to travel, but I'm not gonna put it in my carry on though. It's gonna be in my checked luggage. Now if y'all motherfuckers looking there down there, wherever the fuck y'all do that at, that's y'all business. But you ain't gonna be fucking taking my shit out in front of everybody in the airport. Is this okay to go through? Fuck y'all.
No, you know what they
Mm-mm.
did me? They did me. They said, "Who bag is this?"
Right.
I
See?
was standing there like this. Oh, I don't even want to say it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "It's mine.
Right.
It's my bag." Yeah, that happens. That
Now
Then
I
what
happens.
they
will
did after
say that
that?
I put it in the check luggage, but even in the check luggage, I was still very self conscious about it being seen to where I like hid it all the way down in the bottom and put all of my clothes and everything on top of it. Like everything was on top of it. That way
You
that even
wasted
if they
your
had to go
time.
through it, they could. Why?
You because them motherfuckers, regardless of what they say, they go through your bag. If they see anything that they oh that's not supposed to be there or they think it's weird,
Object. It's an object.
they're
Mm-hmm.
nosy mother right. They're nosy as fuck. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
they might give you that little paper. Oh, we went through your bag and your bag and shit. Look, I done brought a fucking tub. You know them little totes. I was coming from New Orleans and I had one of them totes full of fucking meat and I had it as my checked luggage. I had it taped up so it wouldn't open and all that shit. Them motherfuckers cut that shit all the way open and shit. And it was like, mm, okay, that's what that is. But when I got down on the other side, they was like, yeah, we opened this shit up because when we got it, it had bones all in it. And we wanted to see what that was. So if their ass is nosy enough, they're going to open it regardless.
Mm-hmm. You right. You right. I don't know. I guess that was just me thinking that I was being discreet in that way.
No, you wasn't.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I feel like this because even with the toys, I kind of evolved when it comes to
Right,
toys because as you meet new partners, you come across new partners that have new things that they are into or new
right,
kinks.
right.
And then you kind of have to go with the flow because I never understood how lesbian relationships could end um because of infidelity, all because you didn't want to be open with your partner sexually. Like I don't
Right.
get that. But I done seen that happen in my friends groups. I've seen that happen
Mm-hmm.
to them. And it was all
Mhm.
because of ego. Because when you really think about it, it's just ego that's making you not want to explore this with your partner. So then your partner gonna explore with somebody else and then you're gonna be mad.
Right.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Motherfucker, you not tying me down. I don't give a fuck what you won't call it or whatever shit. And you're not beating me. So we
Mm-mm.
gonna have to let that be known right here. We ain't doing no whips, we ain't doing no paddles, we ain't doing no fucking don't tie me down. Now I ain't gonna lie. One new thing that I wanted to get into that Keisha looked at me like I had brought some gag balls. And she was like, and what the fuck we supposed to do with that? I said, you put it on and we gonna see from there. And she was like, I don't know about that shit. My gag ball's still in the fucking box in the closet. Never used it.
Wow. You gonna say that and
So
put it as a trophy? Put it on the trophy
so
stand.
No, I'm
I will say
fuck
with
no.
Mel,
I'm gonna
I
use
agree
my
with
shit.
her. I don't like to be restrained. I don't want no
Right,
handcuffs. I
right.
want to be able to move freely. But I don't mind a little spanking. Make it hurt. Make it hurt.
Hell no.
You know.
Oh
Pull
no,
my
don't
hair, you
play that.
won't make it hurt.
I ain't doing
You
no,
won't make
no,
it hurt.
no. That
Pull
ain't
my hair. Don't
happening.
be whip my ass. Fuck that.
Hell no, we gonna fight. It's gonna be a big fight.
Right, right.
Lord.
Mm-mm.
See, when you meet me, it come with instructions about me, okay? What you ain't gonna do. That's not gonna
Right.
happen.
No,
It
no,
ain't
no
gonna
ass whoopings
happen.
here.
Oh no, I might fight you for that. Nah.
Well, but what about choking? So you don't like
Oh,
a little pressure and a little
oh
choking?
no, no,
You
I
don't like?
don't do that. No, no.
Um, I've
I mean, come
never
on
really
now.
got into choking, but I don't know. I've never let nobody do it. I've never engaged in it because what if
Mm-mm.
this bitch fucking start tripping and really start choking me? And that's gonna be a problem.
Nah, I don't do that type of stuff. And if
And
I
fuck
did, I'm
that safe
asthmatic.
word. Oh wow.
One thing too that I will
You
ask y'all about that I can remember in my bag once I was actually grown enough to take my own self to fly there to the sex shop or drive to New Orleans or whatever. And even once I lived in New Orleans, I used to go to the shops. What do y'all think about those like sex games that you can get out of stores like Spencer's, where it's like a
that's what my
game
dice
where
was. That's what
Oh,
my dice
okay.
was. Yeah,
When you
yeah.
said dice, I just was thinking of regular dice. I wasn't thinking about the sex dice. Okay, okay,
Nah,
good.
we ain't talking
Yeah, I used
Monopoly
to get
here.
games
We
like
talking
that.
about kiss this. We talking about lick that, squeeze that. No, we not talking about no Monopoly dice.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
She said, not that type of
Yeah.
dice. I ain't never really played the games. I never played those type of games. I've been
Why
in the store.
you?
I've been in the store, but I never played those type of games.
It's fun. Give it a try. Go get you some dice.
Lisa gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
It really is fun, and I think that
But
I
it's
enjoy it
fun.
because it's good for
Eh,
the foreplay. It's a
right,
good
right. It
foreplay item.
is. It is.
Yeah, I never actually, nah, never done that type of stuff. Nope.
But
No,
then,
come on. You
what about the edible gel that you could put on the nipples? Y'all ain't never got that either.
no,
No,
I've had that. I like the one that heat up though.
That one too, the little warming sensation. Mm-hmm.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. I look, I told you, I'm not I've went a long road, okay? But there's just some things I have not done and I don't think I'm ever gonna do. Um like that site I told you about, DC. I don't think I'm ever gonna get there.
let's pull this site up real quick. It's gonna be a quick site, real fast. It ain't gonna be long. Let me see. I had it right here. It's just gonna be something short. I'm not gonna keep it up. Mel came across this site here. I never heard of it. I never seen it, but it's very interesting. And how did you come up with the site? Wait a minute, let me show them the site so they want to go to the site and check it out. So share the screen. Blah, blah. So this is the site Mel came up and told me about. It's called Bad Dragons. I never heard of that, but they got a lot of stuff in there that you can actually buy online. So like I said, I never been to this site before until Mel told me. I never knew about it, but it got some crazy stuff in there. So Mel, go ahead and tell us about that site. Help us out. Help a bro out.
I I I came across it because I was on TikTok and somebody was like, you're not in the Bad Dragon Club. You need to find out and explore. And I was like, hmm. They was like, I keep it on my laptop, and when I see somebody else with it, I just give them that smile. And I was like, what the fuck is Bad Dragon? So I looked it up, and I was like, hmm, wow. I think that's a little too much for me.
You can go ahead and tell them some of the stuff that we didn't see here, what you saw, the reason why you're saying what you're saying. Jadon, listen to it. You been on this site before, Jadon?
No, I've not heard of that site at all.
Didn't heard on that site until we was on live last month. And I was like, what is this? And this was how we got here today because of this site
right.
that Mel
And
saw.
these people were talking about how they probably display their Bad Dragon sticker. Because when you buy your toy, they send you a sticker too. And they was talking about how they've seen it on laptops and on people cars and I just had I was like, well, what the fuck is this Bad Dragon shit?
Right.
So I went to Google. I was like Bad Dragon sticker, and then it was like, oh, you get it when you buy something from this website. So I went
Mhm.
to the website and I was like, oh, that ain't my cup of tea. But hey, to each his own. I look just the fact that the dildo is uh in the shape of what it's shaped in. But these dildos are shaped like things that I feel that maybe some people shouldn't be fuck. Well, hey, that's your business what you fuck with, but it's not for me. Okay, the horse penis and the dog penis and they have a lot of different weird dildos.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like some erotic stuff that you wouldn't expect somebody to use.
right, right,
There you
right.
go. I was trying to figure out how to phrase that.
That's how you phrase it, right?
Yeah, it's
And
like some things you like
but
a
when I
like
saw that out.
You
I,
know,
I was
one of
like,
these. So
then they got, oh, they didn't, if it's not an animals, they have ones with lumps and shaped like mushrooms, like real mushrooms, not just the tip, the whole thing. And I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that shit? I don't want to find out. um,
she said,
I'm right now. You know how they say we listen and we don't judge. I don't
right.
think I could not be judgmental if somebody was like, well, I brought my own because I like something a little different, and they pull that shit out, and I'd be like, oh
But
wow, huh, you know what I'm gonna be? Oh
Mel,
wow,
you can't do that, Mel. You just gotta take it and use it. You can't just sit up there. You gonna
Be-
intimidate them. You gonna make them feel embarrassed.
yeah, because I
look, if
think that's
somebody
what I
put,
say
go
about
ahead.
being open to your partner, even being open to the person that you're dating. Because yeah, you don't want to make nobody feel weird because of whatever fetish they have. Because I mean, to be honest, anytime a girl tell me about her feet and what she want me to do to her feet, I feel weird as hell and I refuse to do it. But I ain't gonna make her feel silly about it. I'm just gonna be like, no, that's not my cup of tea.
I'm
No,
not
that's
gonna
not my
make her
cup of tea right
feel.
there.
And then and then once they gone, then the next day you call your buddy and be like, man, you can't
She was
believe what
talking
just happened.
about she want me to put her feet in my mouth. No, I don't like feet.
Wow.
That's crazy, boy. So Jada, you ever got caught
All
with
right, I'm
your
gonna shut up.
you ever got caught with your backpack?
No, I haven't. But you gotta remember, DC, I done been pretty much an independent adult since I was 19. So it was really hard for me to be caught with anything like that.
Mm,
Anytime that I was home visiting relatives, I didn't bring any of that. Now I will
Right.
say there were a few times me and my girlfriend went and visit, but I didn't bring any of that. And to be honest, the few times that we did do stuff at one of my relatives' house, I felt so bad afterwards. I be feeling guilt about that. Even though I
Really?
think that's the other, yeah, like if I'm up at like a relative's house and they sleep in the other room and we did something, I feel bad about that because I'm like that's not respectful.
right.
That's true. That's true.
So that's why I
But
would never bring any of my toys and stuff over there because my goal is to not even do anything with the girl that I'm with while I'm over there to begin with. But I will say with my toys, I typically keep them up in one bag in my closet. I got a walk-in closet. Then as I've been collecting more toys, you know, I keep them up in the closet. So I don't have the time to get caught with anything like that, which is a good thing.
Well, I
hmm,
never got caught because I was always living on my own. So I was just curious if y'all ever got
hmm.
caught. Hey TC, I'm just now reading the chat because I try to stay focused over here
Wow.
because I don't want to get distracted. So
Where
I'll let
y'all
you up
at?
in a little bit.
It's quiet as fuck.
I'll let you back in. I'll let you in up in the link in a little bit. Give me a minute
You
and
hear
we'll
the
take all
tumbleweeds?
questions. We'll take questions also in a second.
All right.
So we do that last. So let's get on to I'm like free balling, what's in my head. Normally I have it all on my phone and all that, but I'm not home on my
Yeah,
I'm in
I was trying to leave the sex machine for the last thing. I didn't want to jump the gun out the gate about it immediately, BC. I was trying to build up.
right. I get it. So hold on, let me ask you guys about straps. How y'all feel about those?
What you mean?
How you feel about using the straps? The,
It's okay. Look, my
Jada?
first strap, I didn't know nothing about them motherfuckers. Okay,
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. You know, I saw them in the sex shop and all that shit, but it never crossed my mind to use one. And
Right.
the broad I was with brought me my first one.
Hmm.
And all right, I ain't hear you, but all right, excuse me, y'all.
It's okay. I got
Let
people in here too.
I think he telling me he going to work. But no, the first girl I was with brought me mine. I had no idea, no thought to look. The girl that I was mm, with her, we ain't use none of that. It was just straight, old school lesbian bullshit with her. But this girl, she was younger and she was like, no, no, we're gonna have to do something more than this. And she went and brought me a strap. And I was like, she was like, now let me show you how to put it on. I was like, bitch, okay. Cause at first I was, bitch, you think I don't know how to put it on. It's just some fucking strings and shit. But she's like, no, I'm gonna put it on for you. And
What?
at that point, yeah, that was a wrap. I've always kept one after that.
You, Jada?
I would agree with that. So my first time having a strap, I went and bought my own. Because again, I was living vicariously through the people in the L word, and they had a strap, so I need to have me one. Now, the few girls that I dated, one of my longtime girlfriends, we were together for almost 3 years, and that we used to use the strap a lot. Um, and I enjoyed it. I have to say, I enjoyed trying to, I don't know, develop a rhythm because as women, we are not biologically able to thrust and get a rhythm together. It's really take practice in order
Wait a
to
minute. Wait,
do
wait,
what you.
wait, wait, wait.
No,
Back up.
no,
Back
I
up.
didn't have that problem. I
You
right,
say let's
right.
go to the let's go get to the rhythm part in the thrust. Say that
Yeah,
again.
well, I feel like when I first put it on, the thing was sliding all over the place. I ain't have it tight enough
No.
around my waist, and it was all types of technical difficulties. Y'all
And you
can't
know,
tell me y'all
Wow.
put it on and it fit perfectly, and you ain't have no issue the first time you ever wore one. I don't believe it.
well, see with me, I'm gonna tell you about me.
Hmm.
So back when I was young, I had a buddy. We used to hang out. And I used to say, "Do that thing exactly what just Jay Dunn just said. Exactly, it did that. I understand. I get it." So she told me one day, and ever since she told me that one day, I never bought them things ever again. She said, "Go buy some men's drawers that's a size down your size. Wrap that thing around that way, wrap it around that way, and it will go wherever you go." And it did. And I ain't had to worry about buying them things no more. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, cause see, yeah, my first strap that I ever had, it had a harness. And that harness was like a whole science project trying to figure out how to
Yeah,
put
I
it
got
on.
tired.
And then the
Yeah.
thing will get flimsy and stuff. Yeah. And
Yep,
that's what
I
I'm
got
saying
tired of
about
that.
the thrusting. Because you could be thrusting and it done fell out the girl completely. And you don't even know that it done fell out.
You gonna know because
Like,
she gonna let you know. What the hey, that's my asshole. You gonna know.
come
Wow.
Yep. Try some draws. Go down a
on.
size.
Okay.
Try.
The draws. Okay.
Go get you
Okay,
some
wait. Now
draws.
what? Now explain that, DC.
You go get some men draws. Go down the size that you wear. Don't get
Okay,
the
wait. When you said men's drawers, are we talking tidy whities? Are we talking boxers? What kind of drawers are we talking about?
play with the boxes, but like the shorts.
Boxer briefs. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm already there. Go ahead.
You, shit, I can't find nothing. All right, I
All
can't
right.
think. You put them on first. You
Uh
put it in
huh.
there. You put it in the little thing. You wrap it
Mm-hmm.
around this way. Wrap around that way. It's gonna go wherever you go.
Happy with what though?
The cloth, the drawers itself. You putting it on tight, so it will move wherever you go. It ain't going nowhere.
Hmm. I'm gonna see.
I'm
I
gonna
like my
charge you.
strap though. I like
I'm
my
gonna
strap.
charge you.
I
I'm
the draw.
charging. I ain't gonna bring my drawers over here. That ain't right. I'm about to stand up and do a demonstration.
It's
I'm
it's
telling
like
you, it's very powerful in every move stroke you do because it's so tight on you that it will you will feel it.
That's how I do my strap. I ain't worried about all that.
Yeah, but
I
it
like
ain't
my
falling.
strap.
It ain't falling all over the place. It ain't
It
getting
ain't
loose.
falling either. I have a real good strap, and I use a real nice O-ring on mine. A lot of people won't use that O-ring. That's the size of it. No, bitch, you got to go a size down and get it tight so that bitch don't move around on your ass while you
Right.
doing what you do. Yeah,
That's crazy, but yeah, that I
right.
ain't
I
gonna
think
lie.
that's very interesting.
All right, Jada.
Oh,
I ain't
okay.
never heard of the draws, but now I do know that more modern straps you can get it.
Right,
And it's not the harness like what you used to,
right,
but it actually does have something that you can actually put on. And then even the
right.
straps that have the vibrator so that your
Mm-hmm.
clit is getting vibrated while you're doing what you're doing. Most people
Right.
don't even know
I
those straps exist.
Mm.
I know about them, but I don't need them. Uh, I have fun other ways, so I don't
Uh-uh.
need all that.
I don't even want age.
I have fun either way, but I do think that there is a difference to me
Mm.
because a lot of the times heterosexual people be like, "Well, you strapping somebody up, how can you feel it?" But I'm
You
telling
can
you,
feel it.
when you get the strap that has a little vibrator that goes to your clit while you wearing the strap, oh my goodness! I mean, you
Wanna know
might as
something
well
though?
be what?
I couldn't fuck with that because if I had some shit like that, I'm gonna be the only one who got this, okay? Cause I'm gonna be the only one that got this, and it's just not gonna be fun for her at that point. Like,
Right.
give me 2 3 minutes, and then she gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And like, "Oh, my bad. Catch me
I'm
on the
t-
next one." Fuck.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
telling you.
So you would be like a 2 or 3 minute, like the men be. Which I get
If
it,
I
but
had
that's
that
why,
vibrator on my clit, fucking right I would.
right?
Fucking right I would. I ain't even gonna lie.
That's why you hold on. But that's why you start off. Don't turn the vibrator on for you. It's when you start getting the spot where she got the spot at, then you can turn it on for you, and then
Oh,
y'all
I
can
don't
come
need it on
together.
by then. We already there.
But
I
hold
don't
up,
need it by then.
I got one better for you. Getting it from the back, take the vibrator and put it on her thing while you hitting that. Trust me. Look at Jadon. Jadon thinking about that shit.
I don't, no, girl, I'm experimenting with so many different things. It ain't even funny, but I will say doggy style is a nice position. When I first started using my strap, most of my girlfriends was just stuck on missionary. But then I had my longest girlfriend, which was almost to 3 years, where
Hmm.
she was really adventurous with it, and we was trying everything. I strapped her up,
Fuck
and
no.
she was sitting on my washing machine, and we had the washing machine going. How about that?
Uh
The wa-
oh.
the washing machine going and
Shuka
shaking
shuka
and
shuka shuka
vibrating.
shuka shuka
Yes.
shuka.
Right,
And then you trying to strap it in there. I done had some good times. I ain't even gonna lie.
right.
Okay. Mm. See,
Yeah.
but you gotta try the draws. Try it, and then
All right.
Oh
come
yeah.
I'm
back.
gonna see.
Tell me
I'm gonna
what you
try.
think.
I'm gonna let you know.
I'm telling you,
I'm
it's
gonna try
tight.
it.
It's tight.
Nah, but wait a
All
second. Did
right.
you ever answer if it was tighty whities or not? Because I typically wear a boxer briefs.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's what she said. Boxer briefs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so boxer briefs. Okay, but
Yeah,
just
because
a
that's all
size
I wear.
Yeah.
smaller.
Yeah,
Okay.
get a
Right.
size
Right.
smaller. You don't want them big or loose or fitting. You want them a little tight. So when you wrap that thing around there and wrap it around there, that thing ain't it's not going nowhere. It's gonna go that way, that way. Wherever you going, it's going. And you gotta worry about
Right.
loosening. You ain't gotta worry about it. Ain't gonna come out. She gonna be like, damn, you strong as fuck. No, it's this thing right. That's what's happening.
Okay. We gonna see.
Mel had think on that note. Go ahead, Jada.
Cause I'm kind of
Well, I
lost
was
on the rapping it part. Like I need visual instructions. Maybe we gonna have to. I don't know. I'm not understanding what you rapping it with the draws, but how you doing that? Wait, you muted. You muted.
When I get back home, I'ma call you
All right.
on IG.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but
I need
I'm
that.
confused about the rapping too,
When she should
Mel,
when the
because
girl
I
show
know
Right,
me.
right,
my boxer briefs, they have the little pee hole. So I
right.
understand sticking my my dildo or my strap through the pee hole, but then
Mhm.
where am I wrapping it after that?
I'll show you. It's hard
Right.
to it's
Okay.
hard because she had to show me because I didn't know, and I was in my 20s when I found that out. So I ain't bought none of them other things since.
Old dog can learn a new trick sometimes. So yeah, go ahead on. Yeah. Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, that's crazy because when I was spending money on them other things, I was like, them things cost, and then they don't last long. You can go to Walmart pick up some drawers real quick, but
Look.
That is true. And not only that, it does get uncomfortable after a while.
mhm.
Especially them old ones, the antiquated ones where it go up the crack of your ass. That shit get uncomfortable
No,
after a while.
no, no. I don't mind it like that. I've never had a well wait, the first one was like that. And I was like, bitch, what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this? And that's when I kind of figured out my own type shit. I had to go buy my own shit. I was like, this draw shit and the fucking thong shit. I don't do that. But the strap I have, no, it does not invasive at all. And I was like, okay, that's good. I brought the first one in Austin after I lost my last one. And yeah, and that's the kind I get every time I replace it. It's not evasive, it's simple. I was thinking about creating my own dude.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, both of y'all are married or either in committed relationships. But my question is, when you used to be back in the day in your heyday, did you used to
Hmm.
use the condom on your strap?
All the time. I
Yeah,
did all
yeah,
the time.
yeah.
I put that on
And
there.
see, and it's crazy because people think that that's something taboo or bizarre to be putting a condom up on your strap, but that's how you keep it clean.
Right. You
Right,
gotta keep it
right,
clean, and then especially, well, I was out there, so I wasn't with the same person all the time. So I had to make it.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So it's best to keep it clean.
right,
Uh, So that was the easier way. Put a condom on, then you clean it afterward. Less trouble.
right.
But some people don't.
Hmm?
Some people don't.
Yeah, that's y'all business. But you sitting there, we talked about Bad Dragon. I don't know if I'm ready for that sex machine part, but um,
And you know what's
you
crazy? Go ahead, go ahead,
what's
go ahead.
that?
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
You ever you ever hear the rose?
I heard of it.
Yeah,
You ever
I done
seen
heard
one?
people talk about the rose,
Nah,
but I don't own one.
I
But
never
I
seen
done
it.
heard
Mm.
plenty of people talk about it. And they have different types, like different types, different
Yes, they
models,
do. Yes,
everything.
they do. Yes, they do. But
So is this in your backpack too?
who me?
Yeah.
Fuck no. What she gonna need me for if I got that? uh, no, no, no shit. No word of lie. Um, I brought Keisha one of those,
Mhm.
and she was like, "You told me," and I was like, "Yeah, I told you, but no, I don't know. I just started getting into toys, okay, and they're just not my cup of tea. I got a whole bunch of them. And they're just sitting in the bag. I just
Don't
want
be.
to pound it out and call it a day. I,
She go. You better go get one of them OnlyFans and just put them jokers up.
they're just sitting in a bag. Um,
For that, yay. That's funny though. But as far as like I said, I did when we were talking about the drugs and stuff like that. But other than that, what other devices that you had in your backpack?
I had tons of vibrators.
Mm.
There is one called the Fieldo that was like a big deal, and it's actually called the Fieldo. And
Oh,
again, it provides stimulation for both parties.
okay.
Um,
is that the
but I don't
two-headed
think
thing?
Well, I done had a two head one as well. But no, the dildo is essentially. But again, y'all saying that y'all might prematurely ejaculate. If y'all have these types of things.
I know
So
me.
it's like,
I know
so
me.
Okay.
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
know if
keep
the
it real.
dildo. I don't know if the dildo is right for you, but essentially the dildo it is kind of shaped like a U, but not
Hmm.
all the way the letter U. And so one part you insert in yourself, and then the
Mm-hmm.
other part sticks up, and that's what you use on your partner.
Mm.
And it has vibrating features and everything like that. Or you could just have sex with your partner with it just being that way, like what it is. But
Oh,
essentially, it's
okay.
a hands off. It's a hands off strap on that kind of inserts in you, and then you can insert the other end in your partner. But that's not a double head because it's not even shaped the same way.
Right, right. Yeah, I know
But
what you're talking about.
I'm trying to understand how does that work? Do like hold up,
Type it up
hold
in
up,
Google.
hold up.
Type it
It's
in your
like
computer.
won't y'all be fighting? Like you, you know, like
No,
Fight
no.
out.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I was saying you got your computer. Type dildo in.
What is
Dildo.
what is it?
Dildo.
Feel?
Yeah, feel like FEELDOE. You will see how it look. Then you'll see what I'm talking about.
Hold up. Uh-oh. What did you do? Hold on. Uh-oh, we went. All right. I just never
Okay.
heard of that. That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying now? You see?
I see what you're saying.
I ain't never seen that before.
All right. If
Oh
you
yeah.
had that, you wouldn't need none of that other shit.
Yeah,
Cause
but that's always been my goal because I want to have an arsenal of different things to use.
Hmm.
right.
I don't just stop at one toy.
So, Jada, how many you have in your backpack?
My backpack today.
Cause you still young, so I know you gotta have like back when I was young. See, I ain't gotta do all that no more. I ain't gotta have a bunch of
Yeah,
them because I ain't running around like that no more. But you still young, you
I
single.
mean today I might have a good 7.
Okay, that's not a lot. That's
Wow.
enough. That's
That's
enough.
enough.
That's enough. But I got a question. Cause back in my day, like I said, I used to run the streets and do whatever. But my question is, and I'm gonna tell you mine first. The longest and the thickest you ever had to use on somebody. Now, the longest, let me tell you mine, because I don't want me to be copied on nobody. The longest I had was like a 16, 13 thick, this wide. Three, I mean, 16, 3.
Hmm.
I never really keep track of the length and the girth, nothing like that. Because you need a different strap depending on the size of the person that you with. If you
Right.
dealing with like, cause I'm plus size, so if I'm dealing with another plus size girl, then I'm gonna have to have something that's longer.
Yeah, but the
It
question
Right.
just
is,
is what
what's
it
Right.
is.
the question is what's the longest and the thickness?
See, I don't know
Hmm.
because I know I got at least 6 or 7 different attachments for my sex machine. Um, but I would have to look at my instructions to see the longest one that's there.
Why bells like
Attachments. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, my machines
Well.
have different attachments.
All right, so let's go ahead and get on there because I won't be on here too long. I'm on my way to the casino out here in New Hampshire. I gotta
Right.
see what they casinos looking like. So I'm gonna be on here another maybe 30 minutes to max. Because I want to get people on. They want to get up on the chat on the stream, and they might have questions. But the sax machine, what's up with that? I never ever heard of anything like that until the Jay Dunn saga was going around. And then I was like, how did I miss that? I never heard of that before.
Wow.
And I don't
What
even
so
know
Hold
how
what
to.
up.
happened was what happened was I was at a birthday party panel. It was somebody that had a birthday, and I was on the panel, and they all got to talking about their own sex toys and roses, and they was talking about a throat spray that they used to suck dick. They was talking about a lot of shit.
Mm.
Right, they
And
was
long
doing too
story
much.
short,
They was into it.
Right,
well, but it was gay people, it was lesbians, and it was heterosexuals on the panel.
right.
And
Okay.
so that's whenever I mentioned about the sex machine. But I mean, DC, I could show it.
Okay. Do a quick show so we can see what's up. I ain't never heard of it. I never seen one. Only thing I know was I was like, what did these people say? She showed it. I missed that one. I missed that. I never heard of that before, ever. I had to tell Lisa, I was like, babe, you heard of this before? She said, yeah. I'm like, oh, man, oh man. It is freezing. All right, Mel, what you think about them? While Jay done doing
About what? When I think about what? Like,
Mel,
excuse me.
I can't mess with Mel, no. What's up,
I'm just
Gabby?
saying.
I
Hmm,
never heard of that before. I never
you need to
seen
get
one.
out of. You got TikTok? You
Yeah.
got TikTok, DC?
Yeah, I got TikTok.
Well, how you? It's so in the closet then.
I never
All
seen
this stuff we
I never seen
look.
one before.
So are you on lesbian TikTok?
Nah, I don't really do too much no
See,
more.
that's why. Why?
I don't really do too
But
much. I focus on my channel. I focus on my channel and then I focus playing my video games. That's it. I just got a Nintendo Switch. I gotta start playing because my sister and
wow.
her grandbaby they play Animal Crossing. So it's like I don't really be surfing the net like that. I listen to a lot of the Beef Sector and all them other people, to keep my day going and keep my mind right. But other than that, nah, I don't.
The
I
the
don't.
first place I saw a sex machine was on TikTok. And
Oh
I
yeah.
could not believe that shit. Yeah, on TikTok. That's what I'm saying. Where you be at? You be in the closet on TikTok.
Nah, I
Cause
just don't be
TikTok
surfing
has taught me a lot of shit. And I be like, look, I
around.
got a whole this
So
book
I
right
had to
here.
get it out my closet. I had to get it out my closet, but I got it. If y'all ready.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
we
on. Let me
ready.
put
Go
you. I'm gonna
ahead.
put you on big screen. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
So
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I
this
gotta
is
put you
the
on big screen.
dial. Okay.
Uh oh. Wait a minute. I gotta put you on big screen. Okay.
The fuck?
So this is the dial. This
Hmm.
is the machine.
What the? See, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Look like a damn gun.
Right, right.
Well, that's because I took the attachment off because I don't want you to get a strike.
Oh yeah.
But you
I
can
ain't
put
never.
an attachment. You can put different attachments, different sizes, different width, girth, all that right there.
Okay.
But when you turn it on,
What? I ain't gotta do no work. That's what you say.
Right.
correct, you
Baby.
ain't gotta
So
do shit.
I be like, baby, come here. Let me watch.
You don't have to do nothing. And this the slow
right.
speed. Look at it going slow.
Heather said, how much does that cost?
I
Heather
have to
go.
look through my receipt.
Hey,
Heather about to
TikTok
go
But
buy
then
sucks.
hold
one.
on. But this is the reason why you heard them talking so much because I showed them this.
Oh,
This
look, Mel. Mel.
now this is full speed. This is full speed.
Well, goddamn.
You done got mofo pregnant.
Now that's a toy for real right there when you do that full speed shit.
But yeah,
all,
that's the
all these
machine.
years.
But you
All,
can get different attachments. I just turned it off with my controller. But you can get different attachments that fit right up on here,
okay.
depending on the woman that you with and what her preference is.
Hold
Okay.
up now. When you pull that out, what is the reaction you get? Like they be down for that?
Well, to be honest, I first bought it during the pandemic because I was scared to be too close to people.
Oh
Uh-huh.
You
Lord.
know, I've always told them that I enjoy sex toys. You know,
Ain't nothing wrong with
once
that.
you get once you converse with somebody, then you can let them know about it. And a lot of the times they are quite curious.
Mm.
Hmm.
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Well, here's one question. Um, if you're
I'm scared of
using that
mail.
machine and
I'm scared of mail
whatnot,
question.
um,
Uh-oh.
like what is your job then after you cut the machine on?
Well, you still have the job. You still suck their titties. You know, rub up on them. I mean, you still got a lot of things that you could be doing.
You keep that shit. That's for the birds to me. I'm about to get it. Oh, I'm about to try to put this shit in her fucking tonsils from the bottom. I'm not trying to fuck with that machine. No, I'm good.
And that's the
Nah.
thing.
She
That machine was one purchase, but I plan to add to
it got
that
hot in here.
collection.
What?
Yeah, because they have other attachments and stuff that I can put on it.
Mel say what? What?
Nah.
It's hot.
You
So
keep
Hold on.
you see, Mel, the reason why DC had made sure that I had to warm you up to this.
Yeah.
Because I knew that you was probably gonna be thrown out left field.
Wait a
But
minute.
I
It's hot.
mean,
I've seen one before. I've seen one before. It's
I never
just
see. I
I
never seen
haven't
nothing like that
I
before.
personally have not known anyone who owns one. But my thing is if you it's just that thing would be I wouldn't even buy that. It's all me. Fuck that. It's gonna be all me. It ain't gonna be none of that.
Cause I be
If
thinking
you
they
if
cheat. They cheat on you. You at work and they don't pull the joke out the closet.
well, and hold up. You know, and that could be the case, but I mean, is it really somebody cheating on you? Or they
Mm,
just playing with the sex toy?
mm, look
that's
here.
crazy.
If she done ate before you came home, she don't need to eat again. Okay? No. Don't get no shit like that. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
I think
Then
y'all
she done
feeling
fucked
intimidated.
around, put it on a high speed, use a motherfucking roughest ass attachment. She don't need you once you get home.
Heather says she want one today. Today.
Look,
Okay, I understand. I guess.
You get it off of Amazon. You get it off of Amazon.
no, I
uh,
got it here in Atlanta.
Oh.
Remember, I live here in
look,
Atlanta. A sex toy shop on every corner, pretty much here. And
Mm.
when you go up in there and be shopping around, they be having all types of stuff like that. And sometimes they have it on
right.
display where you could test it out and press the buttons and all that.
Well, that was new to me. I heard about it, but I never saw it. I just heard about it. They talked about it. They kept saying stuff about it. I'm like, I wasn't really
Look,
interested, but I was like, what the hell is that? So,
they got
Yeah.
buku of them motherfuckers. Oh wait, wrong spot. They
why?
just put in an automatic sex machine you for women. You gonna find them.
Oh,
You know,
Lord.
just
Yeah,
go to
but that was
Google.
the thing. Because from what I heard, because at least I got mine in 2023. But it could be newer ones because I was hearing people say that it's different models and some of them got a
There is.
horsepower engine. But you can
Right.
see it ain't no horsepower engine with that one. So I don't know what they done
Wait,
came out with lately.
Hmm.
what the fuck is on? That's too much. That's too.
All right.
That's
Anybody got
just
any questions? We ready for your questions? You got questions? Go ahead and ask your questions. We will answer them. We give you 15 minutes. If you want to come up on the
wow.
panel, I don't know where TC went. She can come up on the panel. She might have something to tell us, something we don't know. But that was my first
I'm
time
more
seeing
than
something
sure
like that.
she do. Really?
I never
Look,
seen that before.
So now,
I'm up
DC,
there, but I
you see why the entire beef sector was just so consumed with it for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
You know, I ain't even gonna lie, Jada. When I was listening to them talk about it, when they was talking about your toy, your sex toy with a sex machine, I was like, why are they so invested in that? When I see people
wow.
invested in when people invested in stuff, I be thinking maybe they want one. You
They
know.
might.
Nine times out of ten, that's exactly what it is. Because they all got roses, they all got little cheap gadgets. But I'm a firm
Right.
believer in if you're gonna invest in something that's gonna enhance your relationship and your sex life,
Hmm.
you might need to put some money into it.
Right.
That's
Maybe that's
true.
what. Because I mean, I was listening. I was like, wow, what is this thing she got? They keep talking about. I want to know what it is.
You
So.
keep that.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
TC, you
all
saw my
you.
machine. You saw my
Yeah. Hey,
machine.
Jay Dunn. Hey, Mal. What's going
Hey,
on? Hey, DC.
What's up?
Hey, TC, you gonna buy one? Go ahead, tell the truth. Don't shame the dad, but go. I'm listening.
Uh-uh.
Right. Right.
No, 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 no. Jay Dunn is the king when it comes to that. She the king.
Right. Right.
She the king. I mean,
but
everybody
and
got
that's
their
the thing.
lane.
I could just well, but I honestly think y'all kind of old school. Y'all kind of old school, but
No, when I
the
go back. Actually, when I go
I
back home,
claim it. I am. I
I'm gonna
am.
go. I'm gonna ask Lisa, "Bad, you want one of these?" I'm gonna ask her.
Lisa gonna smack the hell out you. Then she
I
gonna
Ah,
ask
love
you, do
it.
you want it?
oh no, she already know I don't play that.
All right then.
She like that.
Eh,
I think it's good.
I don't think she. I don't know.
We don't know. I gotta
Don't get
ask
on. Don't get on here with no black eye, DC.
her. Tell her some-
That's all I'm
well,
saying. Don't get on here with no
Mel,
black eye.
you jinxed me, Mel. Why you
Okay.
do that to me?
I'm just saying. Right.
I, now I have a
Me and
question.
Keisha was just talking about that. And we were just talking about that. And we was like, both of us was like, well, what the fuck we need you for? Both of us. We was like, what the fuck we need you for? We can just get that bitch and put it in the closet and fuck you. I'm good with just that. I don't
Right.
need you. I can handle the rest
I
myself, you know?
but I disagree though, Mel, because you always gonna want the human touch and the skin to skin. You're gonna always
Mm.
want that, regardless of what toy you use. I think most people are just intimidated by such a toy, but it's still the skin to skin contact, that connection that you get. And you can still get that skin to skin contact because you just lay next to her while the machine do what it do.
Whatever. That don't sound very entertaining to me. Yeah, yeah, bro. You go ahead on and fuck her. I'm gonna play with her titties. No, fuck that.
I
No.
feel like it's like another person there. They cheating. It's
Right,
cheating.
right, right.
Well, y'all think y'all getting cheated on? That's crazy. But
Cause
I get the logic of it, but I think that that's crazy because then your significant other could cheat on you with her fingers.
true, but it's a
True.
little different though. That finger can go
Right.
as far as that thing going.
That motherfucker, you
I
plug
just
that bitch in, that bitch ain't gonna never get tired. Her hand might get a cramp. Fuck that.
but
Said
then
a
I'm just
if you
cramp.
saying.
start getting jealous of the machine, you could just go to the fuse box and turn the lights off. I'm going to work. I'll be
Oh,
back. Because that machine got to be plugged in. It got to be plugged in.
I
So just
don't
turn the lights off.
I'm putting a chain
I
on that
don't think
bitch.
it's
Lock it
really
up.
a jealousy thing. When you was putting it through the motions, it's just like, damn, that bitch could take that. Especially on the highest one you had it on. I'm like, that's too much. That's abuse.
That's a rape.
Right, right, right. That's
Well, I
abuse
will
there.
say I have never been with anybody and put it on that high speed. No, no. But
See, but
that's
she
one of
might
the
find
options.
out while you at work.
That's just one of the options. So I was showing y'all the different speed settings is all.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, that's abuse. I'm calling the police. That's abuse. Fuck that. Wow. Mm-mm. No,
Now
I'm.
I have a question. I have a
What's
question.
that?
Um, whose responsibility is it to have the dildo?
Hmm. It depends on it depends on a whole bunch of things, but
Okay.
cause some people like okay like I said, my first one, my girl brought for me. I had never had one, never knew nothing about that bullshit. Wasn't even trying to do none of that. And she was like, "No, we gonna try something else." And I was like, "Okay, bitch, what it is?" And she was like, "Bam." And I was like, "Hmm." And the bitch was a big pink motherfucker. I was like, "Oh, okay." But if you have your own personal preference, um, I'm gonna have to say it's up to you to provide it. I don't have all that in my bag. That's all I fucking got. If that's what you like, you're gonna have to give it to me. Cause well, not give it to me, but let me use it because I don't have that kind of stuff. That's like if you go up to somebody and she want a bad dragon one. I'm not carrying that shit around in my bag. I'm not having motherfuckers be like, "Oh, this bitch a real weirdo." No, fuck that. If that's what she like, she gonna have to be like, "Here, I brought this. Uh, let's try this out." That's where it's at. Fuck
And
that. It's your
I guess no, and I guess that's kind of where I was going because uh see, I get the harness, my and I have a harness. My harness
right,
is and I have mine made in particular because, like, we're them little scallywags looking things that they have in on when you go order them. Them
Last
little
for
things
right,
break.
$2.
They break. And so I had to get one made specifically for my legs, so that they were
right,
all my legs. They were, it was nicely, it was nicely, secure.
right,
And
right,
so I believe that I should get the harness, the harness, because if something happens and you're not with that person, then I'm not buying dildos. I'm not buying. I think that is for the one that wants to use the dildo. That's their thing. Let them buy it.
Well, see, well,
What you
see,
think?
and that's the thing, TC, because I get the question that you're asking. And to be honest, with any new partner that I had, we always went to the sex shop together and bought something
right,
new. I was a
right,
firm believer in that,
Right.
and I would allow her to keep it at her house.
There you go. Right.
You could keep it at your house so that you know
That's
where it's
right.
at, all of this. But the problem comes, that should get expensive after a while. Whereas that machine up in there, all I have to do is buy a new attachment, a brand new attachment, and guess what? It's good as new.
no, no.
Now, when you all right, so when you're not if you're not with that person anymore, do you let them keep the dildo though? It's at their house, but you
Yeah,
let them
I
keep the
did.
dildo.
Yeah, I've
Okay,
done
got
that
you.
plenty of times in the
Good,
past. Yeah,
good.
you can keep it because I'm not about to use it on my next partner.
Mhm.
Right. That's my whole thing. It's like, I'm not. What the heck do I need it for? Like, and why would, because
Right,
it's been used with somebody else. So
right,
let them have it. Let them. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. See ya. I don't want that. And
right,
like you say,
right,
a new person, you go with them, or y'all go together, and you pick out something new, something fresh.
Right, because
okay. What if y'all pick out
that
the
goes
same
to,
one?
but I mean that goes all to assuming though that everybody has the same type of preference. Because I mean, I wasn't trying to get
No,
too serious in this conversation, but I've had partners that have actually had sexual trauma in the past. And so they are
right,
scared of straps and stuff. So you do have to go and shop on an individual basis
Right.
so that
right,
that woman can feel comfortable about what y'all are getting together.
right. The crickets.
No, no, no. I was
Okay,
no.
I went
I
on
was
mute, but
waiting.
I went
No,
on mute
Mel was
because
get.
yeah, I think.
I thought Mel was
Well,
saying something, or
I hit
Jay
the
Don was
mute,
saying
but
something.
well, I hit the mute button because I was saying that's the reason why I don't believe in trying to save the same one and use it on the next person, like what QI did.
Yeah, I get
I
rid of
don't
them.
believe in it because you got to take into consideration what the
Look,
person that you are with, you know, what they are willing to tolerate or what they are
Absolutely.
okay with.
Right.
Because
Everybody.
everybody can't take the same thing.
Right.
Simple as that. Simple as that.
and also you could waste your money if you go on your own. I brought this dildo in the mail, and that bitch was a fucking baby leg. It surprised me as well as her. And we both was like, "What the fuck we supposed to do with that shit?" We're like, "We're gonna stop the door with that bitch.
That thing
That's
came from
just too
Timu.
much." Amazon.
Oh Lord.
It
Not a
came from
baby leg.
Amazon.
A
That
baby
shit was like
leg.
a baby leg. That bitch was big like that. That motherfucker was. Hold up, cause that bitch about to steal them. That bitch was rounder than that. That bitch was bigger than that. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was getting." Maybe I didn't read it right or something. I didn't know it was gonna be like this, and that
Right.
bitch was huge. I was like, you know what? Funny story. I ended up donating it to the kidney fund. I know they was fucking laughing about that shit. Like,
Oh Lord.
wow. Yeah, yeah, I did. We never used it. It was just too much. Fuck that. It looked like a can of Campbell's soup. Okay, it was big like that. I was like, no, no. And it was like,
So
wow, that bitch was too big.
so TC,
Yo,
what you got in your backpack?
my harnesses. That's it.
Okay.
Wow, no lotions, no creams. I
No.
know you like them creams.
I do. I like the yeah, my strawberry.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah. You like them creams, so
Well, you see,
that's
again, all of that. You know, you got people with everybody got allergies nowadays and shit. Everybody
right,
eczema
right.
and
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
and
You're
everything.
right, right.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I got coconut oil. Just saying,
Okay,
I I tried my Shay and shit, but it's kind of hard to go to the more eclectic type of things, the ones with the fruities and the flowery stuff
right.
because everyone is different, and probably including myself. I noticed as I'm getting older, I'm wow, I can't certain smells I can't take. I'll be like, what the hell is
Right.
that? You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Right.
So I think every 3 months I have to go back in as the seasons, and then I'm seasonal too. So now that
Right.
it's spring, our spring here in the Northeast has actually sprung now. So we up in 70, 80, right? I know it's
Okay.
been that way
Wow.
where you all are. It's been that way. But I'm just getting it. So now, I have
No.
now I'm getting into a whole new, new. I get into new scents and new stuff. So
Right.
you know, when it's the wintertime, I'm more woodsy. I'm more, all that kind of stuff. But now that spring has sprung, I'm gardenia, honeysuckle, that kind of shit.
Right.
And on and on and
Okay.
on.
So you basically traveling light.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm traveling.
One thing that
Yeah.
one thing that
So
I
you don't
will
bring.
tell
Go
Mel,
ahead.
This is the reason why you go into the shop and not from Amazon. Then you don't wind up with a baby leg.
Right.
If you
Yeah, I
go
found
into the
that out.
shop, yeah, I can't
I
believe
found
that.
that out from Amazon and Temu. Don't buy it. Just go buy it in the shop. But see,
Yeah, you
that's the
gotta go
thing
up in there
about
to look at it.
Texas is not very open about that type of shit. Like if you go to a shop, you like going in the back warehouse district around the corner somewhere. down the street from the airport. They don't have many options for sex shops down here. Um,
Wow, really?
Matt, really. Look, when I moved to Austin, we used to have to go to the outskirts of Austin to the sex shop. And even here, they have a few of them in town, but they're not like uh let's put it like this. If you go to New Orleans, you could probably find a three, four, five, six shops in every area. But out here is like
Mhm.
one here and one there and go way all the way over back yonder and you're gonna find one over there to the right. You know, it's like that out here. They don't, and as far as advertising, they do not do that. So they're kind of like hard to find out here. Well, not now because I've been here for a long time, but before then it was harder. And my partner feels like they don't want to be considered a pervert when they're going in these shops. So
We're going to holler at Keisha.
And see, it's so, and that's the craziest part because I agree with her. That was how it was in Mississippi, which is why we had to go to Slidell. And even when we went to Slidell, it was one shop that I knew of, and that was
right,
ducked off too, because that's still considered the Bible Belt, y'all. Don't forget, that's
right,
still the
right,
Bible Belt. So
right,
it's very taboo and all this. But here in
right,
Atlanta, you can go into the sex shop and it's other lesbian couples or gay people or
right,
heterosexual people. They be up in there shopping too. It's like the
right,
mall.
Okay.
right.
Now,
Oh, it
now,
ain't
Jay
like that
Dunn.
out here. People
Now, I was
hide when
gonna
they
say
go in the
Jay.
sex shop out here.
Mhm.
Go ahead. She was gonna say Jay Dunn.
No, no, I was just gonna say Jay Dunn, like in Philly and in New York. Now, I know Jay Dunn. You had said that Atlanta's the capital, but we've been rocking Philly and New York. Been rocking this thing for eons, eons. Like you could, it was no thing like to really to go into places. Greenwich Village. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right,
Here in Greenwich Village in particular, because Greenwich Village it's also the mecca for a lot of the clubs, the house music, Studio
right,
54, like
Mhm.
all of that was that particular area, and in and around that area too. If you're even around on that side of Manhattan, Philly is, Philly's the same way. I mean, we've had things done. We've had a lot of stuff here since, I mean, it's been rocking and going since way before I even got here. And I didn't realize, I didn't know that some of those places were those places until until I came out of the closet. A lot of times you don't even know that
right,
some of these places are what they
right,
are until you
right,
be like, oh damn, I've been passing by this motherfucker for that past damn 5 years. Damn,
right,
it's like it's been here all this time. What was I thinking about? Nothing. Obviously, I was in the closet because I was chasing my own little shadow and stuff. That kind of thing.
Right.
right.
I used to be scared to go in them stores. I'd
No,
be
I
like,
understand.
I'm not gonna get caught up in them stores. And then as I got older,
Well,
I
that's the
just
But
only
went.
place you could get the
it's nice
magazines
though.
at.
But
It's
see, I was,
nice. These
I was like,
places
They
are
don't do
nice now.
magazines no more.
They don't look
That's
like the
sad.
hole. They don't look like the hole in the walls, like them, them things that you put
Right.
a nickel,
Like back
that
in
you
the
put a
day.
quarter
Right,
in,
right,
and then you
right.
see somebody come up doing
Oh,
something. Nah,
I've
it's
been to one of
out.
those.
Right, right, right. Nah, they're really nice.
okay.
Right, nowadays they are. But
Yeah, they are
go to
very
about
nice.
20 years ago. 20 years ago, you'd be like,
Right,
and
right, and
going
then
in the door.
right,
Right,
you got
right.
a
But
hoodie on. You
now,
got a
right,
hoodie
right.
on going in.
And then you put it on a counter, be like this. Look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Bell's too
yeah, yeah. That's how you used to go in them bitches.
And remember, and
Right,
now North Carolina is part of the Bible Belt too. And Adam and
right.
Eve headquarters is right there. And it's right off of 95. You can't miss it, y'all. I like it because it is big. I mean, warehouse, the whole, I
Wow,
mean,
really?
you'll be walking for, for some good minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's
Okay.
really, really nice. Like and then they fit you. You know, my whole thing was I just wanted to get fitted properly and all that kind of stuff. Because them little winky dink things they had online, it wasn't working. It won't work.
Right, right.
Not for me. Not for this. Not for these hams I got. No, no. I got some hams, and I need these hams, you know, to be in proper order so I can thrust. Now, Jay Dunn, let's get to the
Right.
thrust. Now,
Oh yeah.
now you, what's okay? Let me hear you. What was the situation in reference to the thrust again? Maybe I heard it wrong because I
Oh,
was in
I was
and out.
saying that the harness, we were talking about the first time that we ever got straps or used them. And I said it took a lot of practice because it would move around. The harness wasn't because didn't have a fitted one. Sometimes it just didn't fit too well to where the dick will fall out and you don't even realize the dick done fell out unless the girl told you that the dick fell out. Then you doing all this
Right.
pumping for nothing.
Right.
And so we were basically talking about that.
Okay.
But that's whenever you get the standard ones that's supposed to be one size fits all, you know, that type of mess. But with
Right.
you, I can understand the difference in what you saying because you got fitted. And even with DC said that she used boxer briefs. So that's
Right.
different.
Right.
But with people that are going and buying it from the store and then trying to wear it, if it don't fit you properly, it's really hard to be able to do the thrust and have the correct motion because that thing is moving all over the place.
Right.
It certainly is. It really is. Now, are you any one of y'all a dancers like? Because like today they were just playing house music out in Philly today. I don't know what it was, but like Crystal Waters, CeCe Peniston, they were playing. You know, din da
Follow
da
me.
din da da din
Dum
din
dum
din
dum da
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 din
dum
din
dum dum
din
dum
da da
da da
din din.
dum dum
Yeah,
dum. Brow
yeah,
brow
yeah.
brow brow.
But
Bow.
bam.
Dum dum dum
Now,
dum dum
now,
dum.
see that music makes you thrust like a motherfucker. Okay.
If I was
I
home, I would have
was
played that.
we was now I don't know if it was because of the music or like I know like when I go to like salsa clubs or something like that, I love to watch the Spanish dance. I love Spanish music, all that kind because they don't care about dancing with each other, male female,
They don't.
female female, male male. They don't care. They dance because they like the art of dancing. That's why I appreciate that about them. You know what I mean? So that
Right.
some of that music, that music though, you be thrusting like a motherfucker. And I'm just saying, I think that the music is also helpful. I don't know the music nowadays. I'm not really sure. I don't get the same feeling, y'all. What I mean, and Jay Dunn, this is y'all music of y'all day.
The
I don't get
music
the same.
today, you get a black eye.
Right.
You get a black eye
Well,
with
but
the
that's
music
one
today.
thing. I didn't even know what house music was until probably like the last 2 years or so.
Mm.
And to be honest, I can't even differentiate house music from because I guess to me house music or well I guess house music and go-go. Those two things I can't differentiate. But I hear people talk about them like it's two different things.
Yeah, it's two
Mm.
different things. All house music not the same. Some house music I can't get
Right.
with, and some I can.
Right. Because house music in New Orleans is bounce. So, it's different everywhere you
Now
go.
see, I know bounce music, Big Frida. I know that bounce music I do know. And I can hear a New Orleans song immediately and catch the beat in my head because I'm
Right.
used to it.
But see,
But
I'm a New
go-go,
Yorker. We don't consider that house music.
Nope, we don't
hmm.
That's
consider that house
just
music.
That's
that's
because you're
just
from New York.
right. But
That
the thing is that there's a concept, it's a whole energy, it's a whole vibe that goes along with house music, that's different than bounce music. Like even with DC and Philly being very close, or
Right.
Baltimore and New York, that the go-go music is totally different. There is no other go-go than DC go-go. None.
Yep. Back.
No,
Oh my bad.
nobody can claim it. Can't say, oh, this is Wichita, Kansas go-go. No, that's Gaga, Goo Goo. That this is go-go. And it's just so totally different when you listen to the concept. But I'm just saying, even the music though, our music was so sensual and stuff. I mean, it made you like, damn, like you be ready after you go to one of the clubs, the 2 o'clock in the morning, and you go to the after party and the hotel party and the da da da, and you go to what we call them speakeasies, or we go to the juke joints afterwards, and people like, well, I don't know if y'all saw Sinners, but afterwards people was ready. When you go to that after the 2 o'clock, and you go to from 2 to 5 o'clock in the morning, you ready to have a real good time. And so it's that music though. It's that music.
Yep. House music is different out here.
Right.
It's deep.
I
It
used to,
makes
I used
you.
to, I used to drive all the way to this club in Baltimore called Paradox, and it's straight house music. And the club would open up at midnight. And when you leaving the club,
That's
it's
right.
daylight.
Right.
Right. Right.
And I
Right.
still had like 30 miles to drive to get home.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
like New Orleans. New Orleans, boy, they don't start rocking till 12, 1 in the morning. They'll
Right.
tell
Right.
you, don't come here at no daggone 9 o'clock. What are you doing? Go back.
Right.
It's serious. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I love New Orleans, because
Right.
I
I miss
love me
that
some New
shit.
Orleans.
Going in the club is like midnight. You come out and the sun coming up and shit. Everybody putting their shades on. They don't do that shit out here. The
Nope.
club closed at fucking 2. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Even the after hours. You go to the after hours, you got to bring your own liquor.
And Lord
Yeah.
forbid if the time
Right.
go up while you're in the club, so you don't miss the whole hour. they
Oh
Right.
not
wow.
staying open.
Oh wow. Right.
Right. I be
That's
like,
crazy.
damn.
But anyway, I'm glad that you told your story. I don't the story. I did hear it. I had to red ball it back, Jay Dunn, about the razor that you had told that like 5 to 6 years ago. I had text somebody that when we were on B Town Hester's live. Remember, Jay?
Yes,
I
yes,
got
and that's
that.
the
I
thing.
got it. I have
We
it.
I remember you mentioned it to me over there at Newbies the other night. But once I started going through B Town's videos, I realized that we were on the panel talking about it. And I was like, damn. But it's so crazy because I done had so many different lesbian discussions on here that you forget about what you done said. But then just to
Hmm.
look at B Town Hester's live and see all of the people that came, from the
Thank
different
you.
parts of the community.
Right.
It
That
was
was
really
that was
nice
real
to
good.
look at again.
Yeah. But anyway, thank y'all. Thank you, Jay Dunn,
Wait,
and
wait, wait, TC,
I
wait,
think
TC, wait, TC. So, would you use a sex machine?
no, for me, no.
Would you use it on
Right.
somebody?
Would I use it on someone?
Yep. That's the
They
question.
no, ma'am, no,
Look, I'm
ma'am,
about to pull out the.
no, because I see. Then I have to get with them, and we gonna have some fighting. We gonna have some fighting. I'm gonna be like,
well,
see,
but see,
I'm
that's
a,
the
I'm a,
crazy part because y'all gonna have to get up with the times now.
right. That's right, Jay. That's right, boo. I know that's right.
Hey, I feel like it's for backup when I'm tired. You like it's your turn, my turn tomorrow.
I love
Well,
it.
and that's the
Oh
thing. Just
wow.
that's I think that's the misconception that people think the sex machine is used every single time there is um intimacy. No, it's
No,
a
Mm-mm.
I
sex
don't
toy
believe
just
that.
like any. Yeah, it's a sex toy just like any other sex toy. It's there whenever you want to spice things up, or like DC said, when you're tired. Because you can't get tired, you might even get a Charlie horse in your leg.
I'm
Then
like,
what
wait
you
a
gonna
minute,
do?
hold on,
Oh
let me go to
wow.
the closet.
Let me go get that backup. Let me go get infantry. Let me go get
Uh-huh.
that infantry.
Wow.
Let me get my artillery and shit.
And I'm gonna
Right.
put
Oh
some
yeah.
insurance. I'm gonna put some insurance on that shit.
Right.
Okay. Okay. I don't know, Jay Dunn. You might have a little case there for the for the backup part of it, and not every time and all that. But okay. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not every time at all. Even with me and one of my exes, and I never had a sex machine with her, but we did explore with a lot of different toys. We didn't use toys all the time, like for a special occasion, or if we wanted to spice things up, or if it was a toy that she liked, this, that, and the third, then we would use it, you know. But that wasn't the go-to every single time. No.
Mm, okay.
And that
Okay.
makes sense because you
Right.
gotta realize you got people that get those things and that's all they're using. So
They get addicted. They get addicted to that.
what's the purpose? Or then the girl, she might only like that now. You done introduce her to that, and that's all she wants.
Correct. Even like as far as
Nah.
me and the double head, it was one of my exes that we only used the double head like if it was a special occasion
Hmm.
because she was getting off on having it up in me
Mm.
Oh
because it
wow.
was in each one of us. It was, it go into each person. You know how the double head do. So
You know
yeah,
what?
but that wasn't all the time. No, it ain't all the time. But girl, if you just graduated, you done got an A up in your class, and you was behind up in that class, but now you got an A up in. Okay, we could pull it out. You know, occasional.
All right.
I can't do it. I'm gonna sit right here.
Never say what you can't do.
Hey, I'll be
Right.
59 in 2 weeks. I ain't been doing it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Nope.
Sometimes you gotta explore.
Right, and then with her saying I ain't gonna do it, that it
I ain't
reminds
gonna
me of
do
that do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for
I
the
ain't
vine.
gonna
I ain't
do
gonna do it.
Right.
it. Hey, whatever happened to that? They discontinued that, huh?
I won't be
Right.
able to
Yeah,
do it.
they got rid of Vine. They got rid of Vine, but it was so popular back then.
Mm.
Mhm.
Right.
I ain't gonna do it.
Mm-mm.
Shit on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
All right. Well, thank you for coming
you
up,
do
TC.
sex on.
All right, y'all. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna let
okay.
y'all go and then
Wait a minute,
everything.
TC. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, you gonna be somewhere at 6 o'clock. I heard that. I heard that. What is that? What is going on with you? Before you go that direction, because you just like got like 3 minutes, maybe four.
Nothing. It's just we're gonna have like what is it? Like a word scrambler, just a game, playing games. Me and T Danielle. I'm gonna have a challenge with T Danielle.
Oh, there go baby Lisa in the chat. You here late, baby? We about to go. Okay, I might check y'all. Jada, you doing your
Yeah,
space?
that ain't
Well,
that's me.
I was planning to do my spades at 6, but then while I've been here on this interview, or while I've been here on this panel, it was one interview that I might do. So I don't know yet. So I might just end up doing my spades and then just waiting in it. And if the interview come through, then I have to end my game
Wait a minute, where you gonna be doing the interview at?
on my channel.
On your channel? Okay. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
got.
interviewing some dude from a different sector about
Mhm.
some mess that popped off yesterday in the B sector, and he know more about it. And
Okay.
so he was saying that he was gonna come to my channel and talk about what he knew. So I was just gonna let him come over there and talk.
I was telling Mel
Hmm.
about the space because Mel like
Yeah, your
her
spades. Her
yeah they
spades
like
is all that. It's
yeah
all
they
that.
like to
Yeah, I
they like to
typically
play
do my
spades.
space every Saturday. Okay, well, Mel, you more than welcome to come over, especially because you got the New Orleans accent, so I know you know how to play.
A little bit.
Yeah, I know you know how to play, but I typically do it every Saturday evening at 6 p.m. And I've been doing
Hmm.
that pretty regularly since January. But I've had to skip certain Saturdays depending on, whatever life happens.
Right.
But for the
Right.
most part, I try to be consistent with it.
Yeah,
So
so
what
check
channel you do that on? What channel
It
you do
is.
that on?
So my channel is J Dunn. So if you put J dot Dunn, but then also I have a channel called Dun Data. So typically I
Hmm.
would do it on Dun Data, but it was somebody striking my channel over there. So then I had to stop
Hmm.
using that channel. Yeah.
Oh wow.
If you can't find it, Mel, I drop it in your IG.
All right.
All right, TC,
Yeah,
hurry
but you
up
could
before you're gonna be
definitely
late.
come and join us.
Okay. All right.
All
And
right.
I
All right.
and I do want to
Thank you for
thank
coming
you.
through, TC.
Yeah, thank you, TC.
All
And
right. Thank
DC,
you, Jay.
I
Thanks.
want to thank you and Mel for having me today. It was interesting getting to know y'all. I didn't know what to expect. And to be honest, I was getting drugged by one person in the B sector. Basically, like, what am I doing being on the stud panel if I don't consider myself a stud? And I'm like, well,
Hmm.
that's what they call their show. I'm like, I'm in control of what they done named their show. If they call the show the
Right.
stud, then it's the stud, you know? But
Right.
I'm
Right.
happy that Mel was able to say that she don't consider herself a stud at all. So
I don't.
it's like, yeah. So that I was getting
I'm
heat about that.
masculine, but I don't consider myself a stud. I am masculine. I can admit that. But as far as all that other shit they be talking about, I'm just masculine presenting lesbian. Call it what you want. Get it how you live.
I
Because a
agree a
lot of
hundred
people think
percent.
when they hear stud, all they know of when they hear that they think of these a bald head woman. She dressed like a man. They feel like she's manly. They feel like she's a touch me not. All them things that's why I keep telling people don't label me motherfucker because I'm more than that bitch. So if you want to know what I am, talk to me. I'll let you know. But all that other shit, you miss me on that. People get mad
Well,
at me
I'm
because they
happy
be
that you
like,
said that.
wow,
I'm happy you said that
right,
because me and you on the same page with that.
right. Bitch, this my ass. I do what I want with it. you know? Cause a lot of people be like, oh, you want to be touched? Don't you, bitch? you don't want to be touched? Fuck. That shit don't make no damn sense.
Oh,
I feel you
You
100%. I used to label myself as stud in my 20s. And I really realized
yeah,
that put me up in a box where I was
right,
hindered and I was expected to act a certain way and I couldn't just be
right,
myself. So that's why I stopped
right,
using that label on me.
right. That's why I stopped using it like that too. That's how people say I present. I can't help what you think of because I did my live Thursday night and I had my hair was down and motherfuckers, damn. I be like, yeah, I know, but I just felt like not having it down. I have felt like having it down, bitch. Leave me alone. And for real. And they had one man, I was like, damn, do he not know I'm a lesbian? What the fuck? I know it's fluid, but I ain't trying to float that way today. Fuck. I have not
I
been with
feel
a
you
man in over
100%.
30 years.
Wow.
Uh that's not I just have a lot of good friends till they can't control their emotions. Then they go about their business. I'll be like, that's fucked. But it's all good. It is what it is.
right.
Yeah.
Look,
Well, I do want to thank both of y'all for having me up here.
thank
This
you.
was a great conversation. I was able to teach y'all something new about a sex machine. And
Right.
then DC was
Damn
able to
right.
teach us something.
Right.
Then DC was able to teach us something new about the boxer briefs and the strap.
Right.
So we done learned a
Right.
lot in this conversation
You
today.
want
I,
that?
Wait,
yeah.
hold up,
But
DC.
okay.
Okay. When you
The
All right,
baby.
I'm
see
gonna drop
so
down, y'all.
All
all
right.
right,
Thank you, Jadon. You
all
gotta go.
right,
I forgot. Go ahead,
later.
Jadon. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
okay, all
I'll
right.
holler at you later.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right, okay, bye bye.
Yeah. You say you're gonna hit me up on Instagram later and show me what that's
In a
about.
week. Yeah, in a
So
week. Like when I get back
all
home.
right. Right, okay.
All right,
In a week,
guys.
okay, whatever. I'm not looking
Maybe
for you
during the
to
week.
be
I'll be
like,
back home.
I'm gonna see
I
you
mean,
in 10 minutes. Okay, I'm
no.
not looking for that. But yeah.
You stupid. I ain't say nothing. No, but no, I'll be
All
home.
right.
I'll probably hit you up like probably like Wednesday. So
All right.
That'd be like Wednesday. All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching us. In our live stream, answering questions, just talking. If I missed whatever you said, my bad. I don't watch.
Right,
I don't watch the live. I don't watch the chat because it throws me off. So I try not to watch the chat for that purposes, and then I
right,
go catch it. I ask you you have any questions later, or you want to come up on the link, but I can't drop links
right,
in the middle of our commentary, because it just ain't gonna work. So, because
right,
people get up
right,
in your chat, people from the chat will get up in your live stream and they throw the whole, and we be off topic. So to keep my topic,
right,
we stay focused. So this DC
right.
Kool-Aid, and
It's Mel, baby.
we be back with another live stream in June. We got to come up with somebody.
Right.
You gonna find somebody,
I am. I am. I was
right,
just
for
thinking about
June,
that the other day
the
because
beginning of June, somewhere in the beginning of
no,
June.
quick question. You'll touch me not,
Oh yeah,
so you don't want to be touched nowhere.
I'm funny. It's weird.
All right. All right, we're gonna have to do one on that one. You touch
Yeah.
me not so weird to me.
Well,
Okay,
something. No, no,
okay.
no. It's because it's something that I experienced in my life. So nah,
Right, I understand that. I understand. But
I have
not
flashbacks, and I'm gonna. Mm-mm. Yeah,
all right. I
it's a lot.
understand.
Love you,
I ain't
baby. Love you,
pushing.
baby. I call you. She up there. Lisa. She like, we love you, baby. All right, y'all. We out of here. Like I said, we be
All
back
right.
next June. If you want to be a part of our show and you want us to talk about something that you want us to talk about on a topic from a stud view, let us know in
Right.
the comments in this video, and we'll have you set up for June. In the meantime, Mel
Right.
gonna be getting somebody she already got planned, and then if that's the case, we'll set them up for July. That's how that works. We try to get this at least once a month or twice a month, but we just doing once a month for right now. It's gonna be a busy
Right.
summer. I'm gonna be vlogging. I'm gonna vlog out here. We out here in New Hampshire celebrating
Right.
Charles' graduation tomorrow, but we about to head over to the casino that's nearby. But anyway, we
Tell
out of
them
here.
congratulations.
Mel said, "Congratulations, Charles."
Ain't no thing.
It ain't no thing. All right, all right, we out of
All
here.
right.
Peace out.
All right.